Right. We started the recording. Thank you so much, Karen. I want to introduce Karen tonight. Thank you all for being here. This is our Team Mini Champions, and Karen is our moderator this evening. Karen is has a title called Senior Sales Coordinator with Juice Plus, but more than that, she is a wife and a mom. Karen lives on a farm. She has and knows all about rural communities and has become an expert in the field of Juice Plus and network marketing. So I want to introduce my friend and my colleague and business partner, Karen Meserol.
Oh, thank you so much, Mary, and thank you each one who is joining us tonight on the webinar, and all of you who are going to be watching this back on replay. Thank you so much for taking a few minutes, and really we just want to take the next 30 minutes to pause and just quiet ourselves and gain some perspective. I want you to think back to decisions that you've made, big or small, and the outcomes that have come from those decisions and choices. Like, what if you went to a different college perhaps, and maybe you would have met other people and never met your spouse who's the father or mother of your children? You'd live in a whole different place with a different home and a whole other family, and a totally different trajectory for your life. It would have been totally different potentially. The decisions we make have long-lasting ripple effect that we don't always think about until we stop and look where we are, where we've been, and how we got there. So in considering the importance of a single person and decision, I have some questions for you. What if you could directly or indirectly help 4,000 people improve their health? What would that feel like to know that you've made that kind of impact in this world? When you first think about 4,000 families, it might sound crazy to think that you could have that kind of reach. But I want you to look at this picture. The parts that are colored on the family arena picture represents 4,000 seats. And that's how many customers Mini Champions had in August from a little over 500 of us who share. You are a part of this. And the reason you are is because someone before you said yes to this mission. Someone made a decision to reach out to you. And I want you to hear now from Mary Shear. So if you don't know her, she is the first seat in the stadium that we now all sit in.
Wow, thank you so much, Karen. So I am going to share my story in a little bit. What I would love, though, is I want you to hear from some of my other colleagues, business partners, friends, about why it is worth it for them to go to something we call the Juice Plus conference. We now call it Juice Plus Live because it's not a conference call like this. Your butt is in the seat in a stadium similar to the one you just looked at. Thousands of people learning about Juice Plus and sitting there to help other people. So we do this twice a year. One is coming up in October. We have another one in the spring. It is our Super Bowl. And so I want my friends here to tell you why it's worth it for them to go to this conference that's coming up, and all the subsequent ones too. But the next one is in Austin, Texas, October 17th through the 19th. So Saran Irvin, in a minute and a half, tell us why it is worth it for you to come to conference.
Well, have you ever been to something, ate at a restaurant, or went anywhere at all and had an experience where you just said, wow, and you find yourself sitting there thinking, oh, I wish my mom, my sister, my brother, my dad, just someone who you really care about and love a lot, you wish that they were right there with you and could be taking it all in. Well, that's how I feel every time I attend a conference. And in my 12 years since I've been with the Juice Plus company, I've missed probably 4 or 5 conferences, and I've literally hated it every year that I had to miss, because honestly, it took me 6 months or more to feel like I was caught up on all the new announcements. And while the team who goes comes back and tries real hard to give us all the information and get us up to speed, it's just not the same. I never felt rejuvenated like I did when I'm actually sitting there. And so I say, if you want to advance yourself with Juice Plus, if you want to learn more about the product and the business, conference is a non-negotiable. And that's why I feel like it is so worth it to attend. And my plan is not to miss another one. So I hope I see all of you in Austin in October.
Thank you. How about you, Jeanette Wilson?
Yes, hi. Thank you, Mary. Well, it was 14 years ago when I went to my very first conference, and honestly, I was blown away by just the love that I felt, honestly, in that room. And so you would think I would have gone back the next year, but I don't know what really happened. I had made it to the third level in the company, and I don't know if I thought I'd figured it all out by then or what. But I tell you, I felt like Serrana. When I didn't go to that conference, I honestly felt lost, because there's 6 months from conference to conference, and that 6 months I just felt lost. And so I have gone to every single one since then. So going to Austin, this will be my 23rd conference. And honestly, I go because for my customers, and I go for my partners, my team, because I want to be able to fill them up and give them everything that we get from conference. Because if you've been to, within the community of Juice Plus, been to a live event, it's amazing, the community. So just imagine that by, times over and over and over. It's just an amazing experience. And so, yes, I do it for other people, and it does fill me up and builds my belief and my confidence.
Thank you, Jeanette. How about you, Patty Hamill?
Yes. So a couple reasons I think it's worth it to go to conference is to learn. So that's where I go to learn, so I can teach my customers all the new information. I keep getting tools so I can keep moving forward in my business. If I don't go, I feel definitely behind. Another reason, though, is I am in Utah, and I am the only one on Mini Champions in Utah currently. And so I also go so I can connect with my team.
Awesome. Thank you. Now, Julie Claire, I know this is going to be your first conference, right?
Correct.
Well, so you may not know what you don't know, but tell us, why are you going?
Well, I just became a Juice Plus rep in May or June. And because I was a new partner and I added a new customer, I qualified for a free Juice Plus Live ticket. So then, I felt like I didn't have a choice. Then I had to use that ticket. Anyways, it just got me really excited about going. And until then, I didn't really want to spend the money, but and I know that I'll have other expenses, but I have heard from other Juice Plus reps, especially the ones that we just heard from, and then I've heard from others, that going to conference is the best thing that they ever did for themselves and for their business. And because I'm new to this, just being a rep, and I'm just new to everything in the sales department at all. And because I struggle to know how and when to share Juice Plus, I figured that if I go to a live conference, it can only help me. And I really want to grow my franchise, and I need some extra inspiration and training. And I think I can get both of those from conference, from what I'm being told.
Excellent. Okay. Yes. Sean.
Okay, so my 10-year anniversary is in 2 days for being a Juice Plus distributor. So Austin will be my 20th conference. I haven't missed one. For me, it's non-negotiable, because just being with our community and all the love that you get, the trainings are over the top. And the national marketing director stories, when you're sitting there, a lot of times you feel like they are talking to you specifically. And you just know, if your goal is to be national marketing director, you know that you can do it too. They say, we're not special, we're not smarter than you, we're not whatever. You guys can do this too. So, yeah, and it's a ton of fun. So I'd miss out on the fun if I didn't go.
Awesome. Thank you, Sean. Lisa Maddock.
Hey everyone. Well, I love hearing these stories. So I have been eating Juice Plus for 13 years and sharing it. Well, 14 years I've been eating it and sharing it for 13. And I was really sick when I came into knowing about Juice Plus. I had a lot of diseases. And then I was really sick mentally. And the business has been a life raft for me. I have never missed a conference. So I've been to 26 conferences now. I did my first one in 2006. And really that one weekend my husband and I did together changed the whole future of my family and the direction of my life. And because I have never missed a conference and because of this Plus Foundation in my bloodstream, I live symptom free. I've been able to conquer the diseases I was diagnosed with. And because of conference, I have been able to live well mentally because of the experience that I've had going to our Juice Plus Live conferences. So I always want to invite people, and I want to invite you to join us in Austin and get the experience for yourself, because it's definitely not something we can bring home to you.
Right. Thank you, Lisa. Amy Ibarra.
Hey, Mary. So I love conference. I feel like we get off the airplane and we're like dancing and skipping, just getting there, landing. And that's me time. And I didn't always understand that. My first conference, I, like Julie, had a free ticket, but I was kind of drugged to go. And I am so glad I went because it gives me that mom time with my girlfriends that I don't always take. I get renewed in my energy and just the belief in the product. And we learn so much knowledge. You can't write fast enough in your book on all the notes that we get. So if you're not there, you don't know, a lot of the stuff that we didn't get to write down to share with you.
So FOMO, that's what you girls are talking about here. Natalie Rudy, this will be one of Natalie's been to conference before, but she has a special reason. So Natalie, why the
Well, the first conference I went to, I had just turned 19, and I'm not going to lie, it was a vacation. Who doesn't want to take a little break from college with their mom? But every year, even if I didn't make it there, it's been on my calendar as one of those big rocks. And I tried to plan around it, and sometimes it didn't work. But seeing those NMD speeches and imagining my mom up there giving hers, I just can't imagine not being there. And I'm going to make it to as many as I can to help get her on that stage.
Okay, I know I'm going to start crying now. Thank you, Natalie. Thank you. How about, I want to hear from Vienna next.
Can you hear me okay?
Yes.
Okay. Well, oh my gosh, yes, the stories are just enough to make you want to go out there and reach so many other people, because when you hear their story and you hear where someone else has come from and you see that they're no different than what you are, we all put our pants on one leg at a time, right? So that it really speaks to you. It speaks to your heart, and it really makes you want to go out there and share it with other people, because everyone needs this. We get the opportunity to see and hear the integrity of our company. And, if there's anything new that's coming along down the pipeline, we get to hear it first. So again, it's that FOMO. You don't want to miss out, fear of missing out on something, right? And again, the girlfriend time, the time that you have with your people, your new people, and or the people that you know and love on the team that you see just by Zoom, but you actually get to see them in person and hug their neck. There's nothing like it. So join us. We would love to have you.
Thank you, Vienna. Michelle Mollering.
All right, got myself unmuted. Conference, I haven't been to every one of them, but I have been with the Juice Plus Company for 13 years. And so every time I go to conference, though, it keeps me engaged. I look forward to conference each time I've got to go. It's always fun and exciting. Conference, it motivates me to keep striving for my goals. And it also, as Vienna said, it keeps you connected. There's people that you are on your team that live in different states, and so you actually get to see them face to face and, like I said, hug their necks and spend quality time with them. There's also always something new to learn. I always learn something new at conference, and the Juice Plus company is always up to something good. They've always got something new and exciting to share with us at conference. And I have never regretted making the financial or the time investment to go to conference. And even if it helps me with my Juice Plus business, but it also just helps me in my personal life too and work life. It's just a shot in the arm, a boost. And I've the quality of people that you meet at conference and that you connect with is just unbelievable. There's such a high caliber of people that are involved with this company. I've never seen it anywhere else, and I just love it.
Awesome, thank you. Lisa Skaggs.
Hey, conference is worth it to me because actually I've just answered this question the other day to some in-laws. Why is it worth the money that's put out to go to conference? And it is because at first, for several years, I didn't go to conference. I didn't see the value in it. I didn't understand. Like Mary just said, I didn't know what I didn't know. And then once I went a couple of times, I discovered how much I had been missing out on. It's a big deal to me to learn things firsthand. And like what Sean was saying and what Sean was saying that when you have to wait, 5 and 6 and 7 months for the recording to hit our virtual office or to be told and by enough people for you to get the big picture of what went on, that 6 7 months that I've missed of growth, of growing time and inspiration and things. I also feed off the electricity and the energy of all that many people being in one room at the same time, and they're all just like me, and seeing them walk across the stage and hearing all their stories of success and failures and success and failures, and it's very inspirational to me that even though I fail, I can get right back up and be a success just like they are, because they're no different than I am. We're all just humans. I've gone before feeling hopeless and having no direction, and then I come home with new goals, and hope, and feeling like I can keep going. Also, it strengthens my confidence in myself and in the product and in the company that's behind me, propelling me forward. And I also, none of my team, I live in Georgia, and there's none of my team that are here but for me. So it's a good chance to, like Vienna just said, to hug everybody's neck again that I haven't seen since the last conference. And so many new friends that I have that I wouldn't have made had I not gone to conference. So that's a real big deal to me, and all the encouragement that I get when I'm there. And I also kind of like to compare it to going to church. I mean, if everybody went to church just once every few years, I mean, your relationship with the Lord would wane. So it's the same thing with your business and with yourself and your belief, that it would also, when I go to conference, that my belief and the relationship that I have with my business is stronger each time. And also, I need to get better at what I'm doing, and I can't do that until I go to conference, because I need to be better at sharing with people. There are a lot of sick people around me that I need to reach out to, and this is going to give me the courage and the confidence and the boldness to go to do that.
Thank you, Lisa. How about Liz Marshall? Can you unmute yourself, Liz? There you go.
Hi, I'm Liz Marshall, and I get inspiration at conference. When you go to conference, you will hear amazing stories of success. People who have impossible situations turn into success stories. If you ever think it's impossible for you to succeed, you will hear stories of people with more impossible stories than you have. And you will be inspired to go through your obstacles and get out on the other side with great success.
Thank you, Liz. That was beautiful. How about you, Bree?
Hi. So this Austin will be my third conference, and I go to conference because it re-energizes me and helps me to refocus on why sharing Juice Plus is important and worth my time. And because I want to help people to live a life of choices. And at conference, we get to hear stories of people who are living that life now, the life that they want, and it's because of Juice Plus. Plus, our community is awesome. This is just a small fraction of the people who are part of that. And as a homeschooling mom of 6, it is a wonderful time of adult conversation, and I don't have to share my food. And I just love connecting with people and growing together. And as many ladies have already said, there are people stretched all across this country and who we only get to see on technology. And so it's great to be in the same place together, even if it's just for a few days. So that's why I go to conference.
Thank you, Bree. Marla Travis.
Hello. I want to share my reason why it's so worth my time and money to go to conference. It's the education, being inspired, being empowered. This community is just loving, giving, and supportive. And, you know, this is about a mission that's bigger than ourselves. And you really get a sense of that when you're at a Juice Plus conference. You're just like, there's something going on here, this energy, this buzz, there's something way bigger. And I realize that there are people that are dying to know what I know. They've been praying for answers. They're literally dying to know what I know about nutrition and disease. And I just have to get better at sharing this life-giving, life-saving message with others. That's why I go to conference. Thanks for having me here.
Beautiful. Allison Porter.
Hi, ladies and men. I wanted to talk about how hard it is to get to conference sometimes. So we have jobs, we have spouses, we have kids, we have other schedules, we have pets, and sometimes it feels like you're never going to get the whole schedule worked out to get there. But it is an investment. It's an investment of our time and our money, an investment that pays off. So it always comes at just the right time. So even the week before, when you think it's the worst time ever, it's the best time ever. It just always comes at the right time, and you need the message that you hear. And big decisions are made at conference. One of my biggest decisions was made at a conference about taking the plunge and really doing this and making a decision to do more and be more to more people. My decision was made at a conference, and I don't know if I would have ever had that vision without the conference. So the other thing I wanted to mention too was how what we're investing in is our education, our motivation. I think I'm going to say what Marla just said, and our inspiration. And it's not an either or. It's not, well, I can't go to conference because I'm going to do this instead. Think in terms of, I'm going to go to conference so I can continue to do these things. So conference doesn't take the place of something else. It gives you the ability to do the other things that you really want to do. And that's why it's worth it to go to conference.
Wow, love it. Thank you, Allison. Brittany Irvin.
Hi, guys. I am so excited for conference. So I went to my first conference probably 8 or 9 years ago, and I haven't been to one since. I wasn't serious about Juice Plus, kind of like Natalie Rudy, who is my sister-in-law. It was kind of a vacation for me. So just recently, I have gotten really serious about Juice Plus, and hearing all of you guys talk just solidifies how amazing I think this conference is going to be. Knowledge is power, and I'm so excited to learn more so I can share more, and excited for what that means for my future with Juice Plus. And just to end that, just excited to help my mother-in-law, Serrana Irvin, get up there on that stage too. I totally agree with Natalie on that part too. So super excited. Everybody should be there.
Yes, thank you, Brittany. Jan Jackson.
Thanks, Mary. My name is Jan Jackson, and the good part about going last is that you can hear everybody else and think things to say. Well, I agree with everything they said. Going to conference is worth it to me because I really found a whole new community of friends, and I found some of the best friends I've ever had in my whole life. And spending quality time with them is huge. And being loved, encouraged by them is also huge. My husband went with me to the first one I went to, and it was really helpful because he caught vision with me, and we would be somewhere and he would say, "Tell them about Juice Plus," or he would say, "Hey, you need to talk to my wife about this." And he just has a different approach, and people just listen to him. And most people call him the Rock, and so it really helped him. It helped me having him there because it got him kind of lit up about Juice Plus, and he already liked it, but it was just really good for him and good for me and my business. And also, they have a store there, and that there you can only get certain things at that store, and that's so much fun. Also, you get to celebrate your victories, and we have a fun time together when we have our party. And then also, it kind of sets the bar in a different place, because if you don't set the bar higher than you've done before, then you're not going to do anything. If you don't ever challenge yourself, we don't challenge ourselves. That's why we have to go to gyms, go to the Y, because if we could do it on our own, we would. We'd just stay at home and do it, but we can't. That's why we need conference, because they set the bar really high for us. And take lots of Kleenexes, because you will be crying. Their stories are so moving. It's almost like going to church, because people, this is it's a spiritual thing also. So anyway, you get renewed in every way and rejuvenated, and so that you can go home and full of fresh energy to share with more people, get them healthy.
Thank you, Jan. Kathy Menz.
Hello, everyone. I want to tell you why it's worth it for you to come to conference, because no matter where you are right now, you might just be looking at Juice Plus, or you might just be starting, or you may already know all of why you should go, but you need to be there, no matter which one of those you are. You might not have a dream for your life, but you'll get one when you're there. You may not have a vision, and you have to have a vision before anything big can happen in your life. But you'll leave with a vision to the people that you're going to talk to when you get home. And you may not have a tribe or a family you can lean on when you go to conference, but you'll have one when you leave conference. So we really just want you to come to conference. We want you there, because we aren't we without you. And so we need you. Thank you.
Thank you, Kathy. Terry Schultz.
So obviously I think it's worth it. I'm going to my 31st conference in October. So in the beginning, it was all about me and getting well, really. And now, and honestly, that was worth it for sure. And I learned a long time ago, thank you, Mary, that I don't make any excuses. Things that are important to me, I wouldn't make an excuse not to go to a child's wedding or a birth, of their children. I don't make excuses to go to conference. I certainly would never call Mary to do so. That would be suicide. So I didn't go to the first one, but she didn't have, I didn't know everything then yet, and I didn't know how important it was. But after I went the first time, I haven't missed another. And so I was reading today, the 7th step in Stephen Covey's Habits of Highly Effective People talks about sometimes you have to take a break from the work of your work to sharpen your skills. It says a dull axe won't cut a tree nearly as effective as a sharp axe, as a sharp one. And so, going to conference, what all of you said, going to conference makes us more effective, more productive. This is a mission, and we want to be successful, right? I want to cut down more trees than all of y'all. So I'm just saying, put it out there. I know some of you are giving me a pretty good race for my money, but if I don't go, I don't even have a chance to be sharp like you are. And honestly, being sharp's important to me with, conquering MS every day. I need and want to be mentally sharp, and I want to be sharp in my business. So that's why conference is worth it to me. At least one of the reasons.
Thank you, Terry. So Sherry Allison, what a treat. We get you live and in person. I do have your video, but it would be really awesome to hear you speak to us. Would you rather that? Unmute yourself, Sherry.
Yeah, that would be awesome. Thank you so much. I just clocked off my shift and I'm here and ready. So thank you so much. It's worth it for me to go to conference because I learned so much and I just get fired up about all the research that we have and this company invests in to see what this does in our body. So I feel like if I don't go, I'm going to miss out and I'm going to be behind. So medicine is always changing and we're learning more and more about our bodies all the time. But the main reason why I'm going is for my family, because I know that every time I go to conference, I get to learn better ways and get more tools of helping people. And while I'm there, I just get so encouraged to become an even better person, to become more positive, to find better ways to help people. And I just have so much fun with the girls. It is like a getaway. It's a retreat, it's a vacation, and it's all in one. And it's just such an amazing experience. You really can't describe it with words, but you definitely don't want to miss it. And you really don't know what you're saying no to until you go. So don't miss it. Be there in Austin with us. It's going to be spectacular.
Thank you. Thank you so much. So I wanted to share now just a few things. I don't know that I could say anything better than these girls have said already. So I'm just so grateful for each and every one of you and all of you listening for showing up. But I wanted to ask you a question. Have you just ever done something you didn't know why you did it? You said yes to somebody, you went somewhere, you made a big investment and you really couldn't put your finger on it at the time other than you knew you were supposed to go. Well, that was me 18 years ago. That was what I did. I know now why I went. My background's nursing. I'm a wife and a mom, and my life was pretty perfect until I went for a well woman visit about 24 years ago and left with an ovarian cancer diagnosis. It was a misdiagnosis. I had the surgery. I was sick for 5 years, and Juice Plus found me when I didn't have any other answers by the way of a hairdresser when I worked at a job for $6 an hour, because that's the only job I could do. I was still pretty sick. So it found me and I wasn't interested. I thought you drank it. I thought it was one of those things. I knew I was smarter than the hairdresser talking to me, but she shared some information. The bigger piece is a conference, but a little 15-minute video was what she started with for me. And the doctor on the video talked about how fruits and vegetables could literally change the trajectory of all America. And if you boil it down to one person, your life, if you ate fruits and vegetables. Chronic illness, diabetes, stroke, heart disease, all those things, the symptoms are way better, or you might not even have any if you eat fruits and vegetables, but most people don't. And don't worry, Juice Plus is not a drink. It's a capsule or a gummy. They do have the complete shake, so not to confuse that issue. 45 plants every day for the last 18 years. I've been eating Juice Plus. So I made the decision. And right after I made the decision, the hairdresser started inviting me to the conference. And back then I live in St. Louis and the conference was in San Diego. I was sick for 5 years. It didn't stop the minute I placed an order for Juice Plus. I'm just gonna tell you. So I didn't know if I was gonna be well to go on a trip. I'd never left my kids before. And we had minus money in our account. I'm not gonna go into the details, but we literally went from a penthouse to the outhouse in a year in the 5 years I was sick. So it was a real struggle. I loved what you said, Allison, about you have to say no to some things. And so I had to say no to some things to say yes to something I really wasn't sure of. but I'm almost heard it come out of every person's mouth that's been to conference, that experience was one that doesn't rival much, because everybody that goes is there because they're there for their people. They're there for themselves to start with, like Terry said, but then they're there for their people. And that's what I got when I went to my first one. I just was in awe that so many people would spend time and money to bring a message back. And it is a message, a noble message. We are inspiring healthy living around the world, and we come back bigger champions than we start, because a champion is somebody who stands in the gap for someone else, and you really see the gaps when you go to conference. So I invite you to join us, to check out all the new things that you're going to learn in Austin. There's a lot of changes, all good, to listen to the research. And just like you heard so many people say, the stories are so powerful. I'm going to give it back to my friend Karen. She's going to talk to you about why it's worth it to come to conference for her, and she's going to close us out. Thanks, everybody.
Yes, thank you, Mary. And we know that each of you listening, you love your Juice Plus and you love the mission, and you probably connected with several reasons that were listed as to why it's worth it for you to join our team in Austin, October 17th through the 19th. If you haven't got it on your calendar already, put it on there right now. And I mean, the excitement that families getting healthier and lives changing, and the excitement of our team partners making bigger paychecks. I mean, all of that is so, oh, here, let me get my screen here. There we go. All of that is one of the reasons why I go to conference too. And, you know, you have your own story. And so I'm going to change the screen there. Okay. You have your own story, and you tell two friends who tell two friends who tell two friends. And this is on the left. That's what your reach looks like after it replicates 5 times. But imagine if you told 3 more friends and help these friends share with their 5 friends. And that duplicates 5 generations. What you have here is something way bigger than yourself. This is legacy and positive impact that you may not be able to fully grasp, know, or understand this side of heaven. The thought of doing something that matters to this magnitude, that is why it's worth it for me to go to Juice Plus Live, because I want to know how to help that many people. So what if it was your story and your own version of the family arena? What if one day you could look back at how many people you had touched? Your own arena of 4,000 people. What if, you get to the next slide, there we go. I want to share with you some faces here, these caring people who share the gift of hope from our Team Mini Champions. They're the ones filling the 4,000 seats. Each person on this picture is important, not just to this team and not just to their family, but they're also important to the families they've shared Juice Plus with for changing their DNA. What a legacy of impact, and what a reach, because you said yes. So I really look forward to seeing each of you at Juice Plus Live in Austin, and we thank you all so much for taking a few minutes with us this evening to listen in. Hope you have a great evening. Thank you.